gentlemen, give a big round of applause for Greta Nardeschi from ACMilan, Leonardo Giammarioli from SSC Napoli, Andrea Santoro from BolognaFC, and this panel, in conversation with Lega, Serie A and Legends, will be moderated by Giulio Giovetti from Lega Serie A. Welcome.
Speech? Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here. My name is Giulio Giovetti, and I'm in charge of international media development within Lega Serie A International Media Rights Department. My goal is to connect Serie A to the international community of fans through the world of sport, of course, through our broadcast partners, through events, and through the creation of content meaningful to our international audience. First of all, let me extend our warm welcome on behalf of Lega Serie A and our sincere thank you to the World Football Summit for hosting us once again. It is a pleasure to be part of this global platform that brings together leaders, innovators, and institutions shaping the future of our sport. I also wish to acknowledge the distinguished representatives and partners present with us today. Today's panel is dedicated to celebrating Serie A's growing legacy in the MENA region and to introducing the clubs that will be protagonists of the upcoming Italian Super Cup here in Riyadh, now just 1 week away. So let me begin by welcoming the clubs that join us on stage. We start with Leonardo Giammarioli and SSC Napoli, the club that only recently brought home the Scudetto and arrives in Riyadh as one of the main stars of this year's edition. Napoli's journey, identity, and global expansion make them an essential part of our story today. And with that, I'm pleased to pass the floor to Napoli. Please play the video.
Al 42esimo minuto di gioco, le squadre sempre sullo 0-0.
Thank you everybody. Hope you can hear me well. Thank you for having us here. It's a pleasure to be in this beautiful city and beautiful country. And it's, of course, a privilege to be here on behalf of Napoli. It's a very special moment of the history of this club, mostly for two reasons. I think, first of all, because today we are 99 years old and 6 months. So on the 1st of August, we will be celebrating our 100-year anniversary, which will be something special, not only for the club, but also for the city. As you see, is a city that strongly stays behind the club. And second, because we won 2 titles in the last 3 years, and this is something that, of course, you cannot hide from anymore. So we need to shift gear and to be welcome in the top clubs, so to say, where we want to compete with the big clubs in Europe. Now, we are not Paris Saint-Germain, we are not Bayern Munich, we're not Manchester United yet, but we're trying to find our own way to stay sustainable, to grow, and to do so, we need to come up with some uniqueness that our ownership had the vision to roll out. I think Napoli is also suffering from a big problem in Italy. We don't have the infrastructure that we need to stay competitive at high levels, not yet at least. So we created new models of growth. First of all, of course, is the image rights of the players that we own. That was one of the intuition of our president, which made possible to sign top players last year, like Lukaku, McTominay, Nardeschi, without even playing the European Cups and convincing them to come. And this year with the likes of De Bruyne, Højlund, and others. So this was possible not only, of course, because we own the commercial rights of them, but because the economic situation of the clubs allows us to invest majorly in one transfer window, because throughout the 20 years of dominance in the financial situation, we made possible to win and to make money. How to do so is what makes this interesting the next level. We have another very unique aspect, which is the merchandising that we run in-house. A partnership with Armani, but it's more of a strategic partnership. They're not kit supplier. This gave us a major advantage when it comes to the margin that we can keep from the production and the distribution of our own merchandising. But more importantly, it allowed us to gain back the control of our brand. We have end-to-end control of all our product, which made it possible to create a new perception of our brand. We're not anymore the cheap brand that we used to be in the past decades. We are a premium brand right now. And this means sponsors are willing to invest more, fans are willing to buy our product more, and I'm not talking only about the fans in Italy, and that's the reason why we're here, but also the millions of fans we have around the world. Napoli is lucky to have this main asset, which is the passion of the fans in key markets like the Middle East, but also North America, Australia, South America. Fans that maybe second or third generation of Napoli fans that stay so loyal and so true to the club, and they know about the club sometimes more than I do, and they live thousands of kilometers away. So the internationalization of Napoli, now that the 100-year anniversary is coming, is our key strategy to metaphorically bring back these fans that are around the world, bring back home to Napoli, to the club, and create touch points where we can reconnect with them and make them part of this major endeavor that we're doing here, which is to make Napoli a top club from on and especially off the pitch. And that's why being here for the Super Cup is super important. We were here already 2 years ago. It's great to be back here to launch some initiative, to involve more people, to make everybody aware of what Napoli is trying to do, and to create touch points also in the region where the passion for Napoli is also very strong, dating back from the days of Maradona, of course, but trying now to make new memorable moments, writing new memorable pages of the incredible history of this club, and I think it's a privilege to be able to do this in such an exciting competition like the Super Cup, with such valid opponents, unfortunately. So we're very excited to be here, to come next week and start playing, and stay tuned, because 2026 will be a year where we will launch a lot of interesting initiatives, and and hopefully we can lift some other trophies starting from maybe December.
Thank you, Leonardo. We continue with another remarkable story, BolognaFC. With an unprecedented set of successes, they got to the Coppa Italia final and they won the trophy in the magic atmosphere of the Olympic Stadium in Rome, where their team was literally joined by the entire population of the city of Bologna. Now, they're participating in the Super Cup for their very first time. Their journey of sustainable growth and their debut on this stage represent exactly the spirit of opportunity and ambition we want to celebrate. Please play the video.
So, hi to everyone. Before I start, I want to thank Lega Serie and World Football Summit for having us. It's my personal first time in Riyadh, and so far I've seen a truly beautiful country, very welcoming people. So, being here today and doing so by representing Bologna Football Club is really extraordinary. Today I want to discuss what the international strategy is for BolognaFC. There's two main parts of the strategy. One of them is more football related, and then the other one is more commercial and marketing related. As for the first one, I'm just going to briefly touch on it because obviously it's not my work, fortunately for the team. But President Saputo, the current chairman of the club, when he came to BolognaFC in 2015, the team at that moment was in Serie B, fighting to go to Serie A. And in that time, back then, he made a promise to the fans that in 10 years, he would bring the team to play European competition. And on the 10th year of his presidency, he did exactly that. The team qualified in 2024 with a historic Champions League qualification that was missing in the city of Bologna for 60 years. The following year, so last season, again, the team, like Giulio was saying before, won the first Coppa Italia in 51 years. Incredible scenes were made in the city of Bologna, like you see in there. It was an incredible moment for the fans that obviously grew up with many legends in their mind, but they never had the opportunity to witness these types of scenes. And so having the opportunity to give them and show them this passion and give them these celebrations was truly remarkable. So it is a very sustainable, long-term project. Hopefully, we will be lifting another trophy in a few days right here in Riyadh. But as of commercial and marketing, there are, I think, two main courses of actions we as a club can take. The first one is being engaged in the help of Lega Serie and its initiatives. And the second one is being present here in the territory. As for the first one, obviously the Super Cup here in Riyadh for a club like Bologna is a phenomenal opportunity to come in direct contact with a new fan base, create new connections with fans who maybe did not already know the story of Bologna. And so the possibility to make them, to teach them the lesson, teach them about what BolognaFC stands and represents is a phenomenal opportunity. Furthermore, Lega Serie A currently and often gives us the opportunity to come in contact with many parts of the world through many initiatives. One of which is called the Italian Dream, is where recently we had the chance to create a sort of talent show and have one of the young talents from the Middle East come and try out for the football team in Bologna. This type of initiatives we've seen bring incredible results, both under terms of merchandising and also under terms of visibility and brand awareness for the club. Obviously, it's a very slow and stable process, but we have all the time in the world with BolognaFC. There's no rushing. It's in our DNA to do things the right way, in a slow and steady way. Furthermore, it's also very important, and I've seen it this morning, to come in contact with the people here in Riyadh to really understand how they perceive Italian football, how Italian football, they see it to be growing, to be maybe not growing. So it's important to understand what the feedback is, bring it to Bologna, and then come back to ideas to make BolognaFC grow in this territory, also with the help of this territory and also by making the territory itself grow. We are currently looking into creating some football schools here in Saudi. We've had similar case studies done in other areas of the world, specifically Southeast Asia, and we have seen that being present in the territory brings you incredible results, both especially in terms of brand awareness, and then that will gradually bring you to having a new fan base to communicate with. Obviously, we're not a huge team, but we are one of the rising stars of Italian football, so it's important to know this, and knowing it also means knowing how to communicate the values of BolognaFC, because that is always the next step in what is becoming a very rather than what already has become a very data-driven world. I think it's important to always remember what your core values are, what BolognaFC represents, and in this sense, I think we make a very unique case study. BolognaFC is the only city in a very big city in Italy called Bologna. By recent survey, it is the fourth best city in Italy in which to live in. It's the third highest growing city in terms of richness, so it is one of the booming cities in Italy. There's many factors in the city of Bologna that I think stand out in a more international focus. The first one being that Bologna is inserted in Italy's Motor Valley. So we have an active partnership with Lamborghini, but there are also some big names such as Ferrari, Ducati, Dallara, Pagani, which are big motorsport names right just outside the corner of Bologna. And so we know very well that one of the main reasons people come to Bologna is because they are very interested in the motorsport industry. So that is a big touch point that we have to work on, that we currently and actively work on. Again, we have an active partnership with Lamborghini, which helps us also in making the brand more international. Furthermore, Bologna is considered by many to be the food capital of Italy. I know there might be some debate here with Milan and Naples, but Bologna is accepted to be the food capital of Italy. So the most traditional Italian food is from Bologna, and whenever we have many tourists come to Bologna, the food is always on their mind. So exploiting this tool is also very important. And then third, I think another key tool is the fact that Bologna has the oldest university in the world. And this sparks a lot of enthusiasm with new students, especially the international students. We have active talks with the university, and they're saying that one of the main reasons people come to Bologna to study is because of the aura surrounding the fact that it is the oldest university in the world. So that's another tool that we can take advantage. And then finally, We are, in fact, a multi-club ownership. President Saputo is also the owner of an MLS team, Montreal in Canada. We are actively creating synergies with them, both under terms of partnerships and marketing, but also on the football side of things. And so I think these are the main touch points for BolognaFC when communicating internationally, and these are the ones that we have found to be the most effective in communicating BolognaFC in the world. And hopefully we'll have a chance to create some good connections in Saudi Arabia as well.
Thank you very much, Andrea. Thank you. And now we move on to ACMilan, arguably the most widely recognized Italian football brand in Saudi Arabia and across the region, thanks to also to its direct presence in Dubai and its commitment to local engagement. Milan's work here in the MENA region is a key example of how clubs can build meaningful and lasting connections with fans and institutions. Greta Nardeschi is ACMilan ambassador in the region. And Greta, over to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Fantastic to be here with fellow colleagues and Serie A. Thank you for the invitation. It's definitely a pleasure and a good warm-up on the lead of next week when we'll be back for playing Supercoppa. A trophy that I have to say is personally dear to me, as we took it on tour last year across the 7 countries on the GCC after winning it in Jan 2025. Fantastic story, thank you. Fantastic question out there, and probably a unique moment. On the 16th of December, the club will land in Dubai. And I don't know how many Milanistas there are in the audience, but the 16th of December is the birthday of AC Milan. We celebrate 126 years this year, and we'll definitely look for the warm welcome of the Rossoneri from the Kingdom, which I have to say, it's insanely good. Definitely up for competition with San Siro, so I appreciate the fantastic fan base. 126 years of heritage, passion, innovation, transformation, ambition, and growth, and evolution, as we all see now football is evolving in many ways. And probably it's just on that word of ambition and growth that I want to spend a couple of seconds, very much connected to the point of being local and activate locally. It's obviously a global brand, AC Milan, which I'm happy to represent as a regional director for the Middle East and the North Africa region. A global brand that has understood how important it is to act local if you want to unlock growth. And we are walking that talk. We are effectively, allow me to say, the only club, aside clubs that are owned by the region, that effectively has gone to the extent of investing in this region, open an office, and have a full team that works Monday to Friday, and quite often Saturday and Sunday as well, from this region. From the office in Dubai, we effectively cover the GCC with multiple trips to Saudi, and soon enough, I'm confident, will be a permanent presence in the kingdom as well. In that local growth and in that local connection, I think there has been the success of the global impact. If I go back to the main point of exporting passion and the commercial strategy behind the global growth of the Italian football, for us at Casa Milan, at AC Milan, has been very much to stay global, but really be relevant. And to be relevant in this MENA region, you need to be present. You need to commit, you need to stay, you need to invest, and you need to co-create. And that's exactly what we have done in the past 2 years since we have opened Casa Milan Middle East, which is a an entity that effectively operate both on the commercial brand and marketing side from the region to the region. We have only co-created with the region, with the country, with the kingdom, with Bahrain, with the Emirates, with KSA. There has been fantastic projects that we are very proud to bring home from a small office that opened 2 years ago. We have been playing a key role on managing some of our key partnership. And I'm not looking only at our fronto shirt that makes us today the highest value jersey in the Serie A, but I'm looking also at different way of being innovative when we look at commercial partnership. No one was talking about well-being and wellness and tourism and wellness coming together. When 4 years ago, ACMilan decided to actually collaborate with a regional hospitality brand that was coming in the hospitality world, and together we came up with the first 5-star hospitality group that offers fitness and recovery under the same umbrella. That is one of our partners that we have headquartered in Dubai, effectively covering the region with them. And it's one of the examples of regional partnership that we have been able to create only through that presence, only through the commitment to the region. Obviously, that translates into many activities, because once you're there, means you oblige your leadership to come. And I'm happy to say that we had 22 visits in 18 months of operations from leadership, from club representative, from legends and players. And each and every visit was linked to a specific purpose, which is not showing off what the Rossoneri is. The purpose has always been supporting what the authorities, the corporate, the private sector or government sector that we were collaborating with needed to deliver for the country. And this is where, again, I think is the key of the strategy that I'm pleased to lead on. We listen, we understand what the needs are, and we're here to come up together with the best way where I can put a global brand to support what a destination has to build. And if that means Vision 2030, and if that means developing new talent and new athletes, if that means exchange of knowledge and data and history and heritage, if that means support in many innovative ways that are outside of the standard way of doing partnership, it means we're actually doing something right. I believe growth doesn't come from global scale. Growth comes from stay relevant and actually create something that makes sense for both parties. Fantastic support, obviously, from our leadership as well, who loves the region. Very happy to obviously come back, not only the 22 times that I mentioned about, but also next week. And a beautiful opportunity for us to thanks what the hard work that I know the Serie A puts on creating these kind of events, the fantastic job that the Kingdom does to host these kind of events, which it's obviously hiding an opportunity for all of us. And the opportunity is obviously, not to come and add more eyeballs on what we humbly and proudly at the same time we have. We've got the big responsibility of 555 million eyeballs that globally look at you anytime ACMilan decides to say something on social platforms. We've got the big responsibility of 30 million fans in this region that want to be engaged, that want to feel the brand alive here. And I think that's the big opportunity here with Supercoppa. And that's what we have decided to do this year, to stay local and to stay relevant we have decided to actually collaborate with the region and create a content and create a moment where the jersey comes in the majlis, in the coffee shops, in the streets of Riyadh, and brings those colors alive. So what I'm going to show here today is not a big video of how cool is ACMilan. I'll be happy to do that as well. But what I want to show is a little teaser of a campaign that has not been live yet. You will see in the next couple of days ahead of Supercoppa. And it's just showing how we made our rossoneri colors relevant in your country. It's an open call, effectively, to say we're here to collaborate, we're here to co-create, so don't be shy. We're very creative, we're very passionate, we're very excited. Reach out, and I'm sure that something will come out of it. I will end calling the video in a second, but also probably sharing just a couple of more teasers on something we've been working on different level, grassroots projects and youth development, together with the opportunity to bring our support and excellence in different industries in the kingdom. It's a space that I invite to watch in the next couple of weeks. There will be some very good announcements. The ACMilan club will be proud to share with you all in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So not further delay, a big thank you again, and I'll call the video for a bit of a lifestyle and fashion and design and rossoneri glam.
Thank you very much, Greta.
Thank you.
And to complete the picture, we now turn to Inter. The club is not physically here today due to their match commitments, but we are pleased to share a short video presentation highlighting Inter's positioning, growth strategy, and activities in the MENA region. So please play the video.
What's up, my people of Spain? Today, I want to tell you a story about football.
Nah, not this football.
The one we in the US call soccer, the world's game. This is a story about a name. Not just any name, a legacy. Yes, this club's name is made of name. Okay, let me drop some of you might remember. Luis Nazario, you all know him as Ronaldo, the real one, the phenomenon. Here, gone, go! Or Javier, the captain, the flag. Fast forward a little, another era. Diego Il Principe. Samuel, the Lion King. Julio, the dream catcher. They won everything, the treble. This took the myth even beyond his own story, where his first name stand tall.
Io ho cercato di dar tutto quello che ho potuto.
Giuseppe, his name is on the statement. Giacinto, Walter, Lothar, Luis, and let's not forget, name of an emperor and skills of a god, Adriano. This club's name is about being something for everyone, for people on, around, and far beyond the pitch. In Milano and everywhere, because Milano, I really love the city. It's really not about what you see, it's what surrounds you. Those Italian vibes and ultra-modern frenzy. Anything can happen, and you feel like you're part of it. Yeah, baby. Milano, it loves its champions. And the tradition continues with Lautaro, Nicolò, Marcus, Alessandro, Akan, Federico. No, not Fellini. Too long a list. Didn't I mention your favorite? My bad, I'm sorry. But see, none of these names, none of these stories happen without the club's name being what it is. Way back in 1908, soccer had a rule, if you want to call it that.
only local players. They said no foreigners.
But then it took an artist to see beyond and step up. His name was Giorgio, and Giorgio wasn't about compromise on fundamentals. He had a vision. So one night, he and a group of 44 associates, they were rebels, walked out and literally into the world, founded this club, gave its name, and this club's name is what it stands for. This is how Giorgio put it. It will be called Internazionale because we are brothers and sisters of the world. We still need some more Giorgios, even today. Don't you agree? Peace out. I'm Spike Lee.
So as we look ahead, the road to Riyadh continues to mark an important milestone in our partnership with Saudi Arabia. Once again, Serie returns to the kingdom with a renewed Super Cup format, more competitive, more international, and more engaging for fans around the world. This year, we're also preparing to launch a new project designed to bring Italian and Arab fans closer together, a cultural and sporting bridge that strengthens the connections between Serie and the Saudi Pro League, and that opened the door to new opportunities, from fan engagement to media innovation, including new challenges and possibility on the broadcast front. In particular, for this Super Cup event, Serie will onboard 50 supporters for each of the participating clubs and make them experience a journey of friendship, sports culture, and connection with the Arab region, Riyadh in particular. They will travel together from Italy and experience the two semifinals in a unique framework with a direct connection with the Saudi fans. The journey and experience will be documented in a movie that we invite you all to watch when distributed in January. The journey, despite the love for different clubs and therefore the rivalry, football can unite people and cultures. We're proud of the path we're building together, and we look forward to an extraordinary week of football on December 18th and 19th, and the final on December 22nd. We invite you all to join us at the stadium to experience 3 days of true Italian football. To conclude, please enjoy our final video about the Super Cup in Riyadh.
Oltre a preparare la partita dal punto di vista tecnico, tattico, poi ci vuole ardore, ci vuole entusiasmo, ci vuole cuore.
Facciamo un lavoro meraviglioso, come tutti i lavori vanno fatti con grande passione.
Chiedevo ai ragazzi un malizia, un carattere, dobbiamo mantenere l'identità, questo spirito lo dobbiamo avere.
Non mi interessa nemmeno di far vedere quanto sono bravo, perché io sono quello che sono e devo trasmettere dei valori ai miei giocatori.